Hey, me again. Look, I was listening to Unpopular Thoughts, and he was talking about. It was on the subject of do black men hate black women, and I was, I left the comment. I got really frustrated listening because things have gotten so bad that he has to make a video trying to convince black women that black men don't hate them and try to give examples of black men supporting black women because there are lots of black women talking about black men not caring, not protecting, and it raised a lot of things in me, and it took me some time before I could really focus enough to laser in on something, and Sidra helped me out a great deal because I was placing blame in a lot of places. And she was like, no, because back then it won't such, but it was in this other time. And I'm like, okay. So I had to think about it. It took me about 2 or 3 seconds. I was like, yeah, you're right. Because the idea when someone speak, you listen. You don't listen in hope to reply. You don't listen in hopes to be triggered or whatnot. You listen in hopes that you hear something that can alter your preconceived notions. And that is the big problem. Preconceived notions. Because a black woman out there, you got this whole feminist movement. If a black woman's a feminist, if a white woman's a feminist, then it's all about girl power, woman empowerment and things. And outside of political power per se, women got all the power. If a woman says rape, then the guy is guilty, even if the guy has been proven literally innocent. Not guilty. No, the guy is proven innocent. It don't matter if she's white or black. The woman says rape, the guy is guilty. If the woman gets angry with the guy in public, then the guy is automatically the jerk. He is the one that's at fault, no matter what has happened. Even if that guy only just got there and said, excuse me, to get by, woman would not move and he had to push himself by. And now she's pissed and hollering at him. Now everyone is downing on the guy. That's the stuff that happens. Guys don't get the benefit of the doubt. Guys just get the doubt. And this isn't me trying to just men's rights movement or something. I think there's something out there like that. No, this is just what's going on. That's just what's going on. And then you've got women that'll go out there and make the claim of some kind of sexual abuse or something and don't get heard. These things happen. Every gripe, every complaint, every misdeed is equal on both sides, and there needs to stop being tribalistic crap. Need to just sit down and listen. Don't do comparative woes. Just listen. And I'm asking you to listen to me because black people never had a chance. And I am going to bring up something that people don't want to listen to. And this is post-slavery and racist state. This is post. This is, I'm going to start from the 1990s. That's how recent I'm going to start. All right. The issue is black people never had a chance but to now I'm going to just put this in perspective here. Music drives a society. It drives it. And it drove us into the great divide that we have. I'm going to give you an example. Has adultery been around for ages? Yep, that's not a black thing. That's not a whatnot. No, adultery, cheating, marital abuse, whether it be from the man or from the woman. It happens. It needs to stop being women are in trouble. No. Songs in the 70s and in the 80s, for more or less, in all honesty, they were good songs. For the majority, they were good songs. love, relationships. Every R&B song was a metaphor for sex, except for those that were like Grace Jones, pull up to my bumper, driving in between. Just saying. All songs are metaphor for sex. It's hard to find a song that's not a metaphor for sex. So all of our R&B songs, ranging back from even the 30s and the 20s, are all about some sex, getting together, having a party. Some are about orgies. But then let's take it to the 90s. What's different from the 90s than the 70s and 80s? 70s and 80s. The 70s was all about love and having a house party, the blue light basement party, having the greatest time of your life. All those songs basically were not mirroring society. But then that's when the 80s took hold. Rap. Now, 70s started in the rap with the Sugar Hill Gang, but rap really took off in the 80s when young black men decided, I'm going to rap about what's going on. I'm going to expose what's going on. And that actually started another movement to be better. We ain't going to sit here and just be some down and out thugs and gangsters and stuff. We're going to try to do something with our lives. We'll rap about our lives to get up out of that life or to get away from it, because there's a lot of rap artists that weren't thugs and gangsters. They just rapped about it, and they knew people in that life, and they rapped about what was told about that life without, snitching. And then they used that money to get out that life, and sometimes pull their own people out there. Who were their people? Those that they hung with. Even if it was white people, they pulled them out. White, Mexican, it didn't matter. Especially a Puerto Rican. They pulled them out. Hammer was notorious for trying to get his people out of whatever situation they were in. And he went broke and bankrupt because he was trying to help his people that weren't trying to, one, help themselves or him. I couldn't have been Hammer's friend because although I ain't all about the church, I damn sure would have made sure that he put his money where it should have been so he wouldn't have been broke. That's just me, though. Help a brother out, right? But then the 90s, what happened? What happened? Because rap went from, let me expose this to, now let's talk about the drugs. Let's talk about the cocaine. Because it went from explaining how cocaine ruins lives to how cocaine is the life. Then in the 90s, rap went from that to, I got the money. I got the girls. I got the life. You don't. And I'm better than you because I have that life. That's what rap was. As Notorious B.I.G. said, money, hoes, and clothes is all a brother knows. That's the clean edit. And when it came to R&B, it's all about what? What was R&B about? Because in the 80s, it was like disco and then a mixture of R&B. And it was about the dancing, the sex, and the joy, and getting a good relationship and whatnot. I mean, that was from women. Men have always been the same with R&B. Men have always been, it's for the woman, so much so I will sacrifice anything of me that I can to make sure that woman is happy, because she's a queen that deserves nothing less than perfection. And they sing that. Rap used to be what you talk. Rap was not a style of music. Rap was your game, your talk game. All right. So that's what that was. And it's been that way since 1953, I think. That's how it was. Then you had Crying Man. You had all that. And while the men sang the same old thing, begging and crying, one of the best purveyors of that was Keith Sweat. And then you've got Gerald Levert, and well, he's gone. But hey, he was a feminist, and he sang them songs. Basically, they were beautiful songs. Oh man, I had his first album and played it in a CD. Played it out. Loved it. Oh yeah, I played the CD to the point that the CD slowed down. Don't ask how that happened. So in the 90s, women started the new thing, and that was man hating. It was all about men are dogs. Men were nothing. Men were worthless. They cheating. Can't trust them. Can't do anything with them. And it was also pushed by the late 80s and early 90s. I say early 90s, I mean 90 to 93 roughly. And it was a small but very vocal movement of women got to get theirs. The black women got to get theirs. Don't be messing with no broke people. So women, when they would rap and when they would sing, it would be about getting away from guys that weren't worth a damn. And if it was a song about a guy and it was good, goes to work every day and the man pays all my bills. Yeah. Just think about that. Yeah, I had a lot of issues with a lot of songs. Mary J. Blige was great at talking about relationships, love, being in love, her regrets and things like that in her songs. That's why one of her greatest songs was Real Love, and then the second greatest song was Reminisce on the love we had. And then she went through some issues. She was going through a lot of issues, and I like that Mary J. Blige came out and said, now it took her some time after this part of her life, but she came out and said, there's a lot of things I did, and I blamed someone else for it. And she was saying girls got to stop being crazy and then saying that the man is at fault for it. And I enjoy hearing that, because men aren't at the fault of everything. If you can't control yourself and the guy tries to control you and you get mad and you get out of control and get loud and hood ratty over it, that's your fault. And he's almost a sucker for even trying with you. Because if you get loud and you hollering and yelling and acting buck wild, and he's like, why don't you calm down and be quiet? Why don't we talk about this, somewhere else? Even if that guy messed up, even if he is the one in the wrong, don't get worse. Because I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to be honest with you. Why do black men go to white women? As Unpopular Thoughts said, white women are easier. But it's not just that white women are easier. They're not really. They got their own crazy hang-ups. But to be honest with you, you get tired of girls being trifling ass niggas. That's the truth. You get tired of loud, hollering, high-pitched hood rats. I stayed away from them. I made an absolute conscious choice to stay away from that type of person. And when you have songs that you are raised on that teaches you to get money, to take money, it's all about the money. What was No Scrubs? That was an anthem, No Scrubs. And that song, Not Gonna Cry, man, there's a lot of songs out there. When Waiting to Exhale happened, see, it was a happening. It was an event. Because when the book hit stores hard, at first it really didn't get any play. Then it got play. When it got play, it got play. That's back when black women would read more so than anything else. And it sucks I was a part of the generation of the downfall of the black woman. Because you had your trifling ones, and it's all about a few things. Now the music, it don't matter where you go, you're going to hear it. I don't care if you rich and black and living in Beverly Hills. I don't care where you are. If you listen to black music, you are going to hear men ain't shit and women are goddesses held on a platter. They are just right there, perfect, with no problems, ever. And men are worthless, useless dogs. And the only ones worth a shit are the ones that'll do everything for you, that got enough money to take care of you and him. That's it. You can't escape it. You never had a chance. Not one chance. And it sucks. Because what that says is you're not worthwhile. You are so meaningless that the best I can see of you is you're going to pay for my album. You're going to come to my concerts. You're going to cheer that what I sing about is hating the people that you're supposedly supposed to date and marry and reproduce with. And I'm supposed to sing to you and make sure that you hate them and I'm on your side. That's not fair. That's worse than any racism placed upon any black person. Because there's a difference in I'm white and I hate you because you black. There's a big difference in that than I'm black and the best you are to me as a black person is someone that's going to make me rich. While saying I need to look out for my black people. I need to help my black people. Never stood a chance. That's the problem. And I can keep spouting off stuff because it kept happening. And then what come of this? Because then you've got that transition into the early 2000s with the whole long white shirt, sagging shorts, sagging. It transitioned into that because no one gave a damn no more. Sagging wasn't around when I was in high school. It legitimately started 6 months after I left, after I graduated. And believe me, I had to escape high school. I legitimately had to escape high school. I didn't see people, they weren't sagging. They didn't have naughty ratty hair. They didn't have jacked up dreads and stuff. No, you had your clothes where it was mostly from New York. People like to buy from New York because the clothes down here in the South suck. No matter what it was, like you're trying to dress like an 8-year-old boy. It didn't matter. So people here, all the guys just went straight sagging, naughty hair, just Bushwick Bill looking motherfuckers. And the girls were just all over them. Now I admit, seeing a girl that's sagging, and you know she looked decent enough to do it, and the way, and if she styles it that way, a certain way that's not absolute sagging, and I mean sagging was like basically what turned into for white people lowriders. That was sagging for black people, and that was all right. No one complained about that. It's like pull them up, you know, and it was easy. Just cinch them up a little bit, and then you're fine. But other than that, no one really gave a damn. It was just street. That's what it was. That's when I was in high school. It was just street. And it was fine. Because then when you go somewhere else, you leave the street part, you pull them up, you get yourself decent, you go in the house or you go to the library or something. It was versatile. Now it's the way. And that's the difference. Once something negative becomes the way, then as a person and as a people, then you have lost your way. That's the problem. Never stood a chance. Because rap music, it's not just about money, hoes, and clothes. It's about money, hoes, clothes, drugs, and pimp. Money, green, weed, and getting what you need. And that's it. Never stood a chance. Because you can rap about what's popular. You can rap and try to be like everybody else and say what I got, and you a loser because you ain't got what I got. But then all you're doing is just talking shit. Using somebody else's beat to get your dumbass words across. That means absolutely nothing. Because you can have a fat beat bumping, but your words are drowned out not just by your music, but by the fact that you have nothing intelligible to say. And because of that, that's the only reason why Eminem took off by storm. Because while everyone else became substandard in everything about their integrity, Eminem held integrity. He rapped about something, about someone. Did I get tired of hearing about his kid all the time? Yeah. But I also understood if you're going through something, you got to work it out. And that's what I felt he was doing. So I didn't mind hearing about Haley all the time. Because he always had something good to say anyway. And I listened to Eminem. Not every song, but I love him. Love his style. Love that he had to say something. R&B, in here, it's hard to find those good songs. It's hard to find songs where it's uplifting and talking about that good stuff. And I ain't talking about tightening up on that backstroke. No, I'm talking about hearing, although that backstroke is a good thing. But I'm just saying, it's good when I can hear a song that's talking about how much a woman loves somebody. I like when somebody's booed up. I like stuff like that. I like positive, happy music. I love that stuff. We need more of it. Because music drives society. And if the music is piss poor, society has always shown to follow. It used to be music represented what society was. Now society is representing what music is saying. And the black woman saying that she's alone. Black men don't care. You're preaching it, you're spreading it, and you're teaching it to your children. And just like Unpopular Thoughts was saying, you teach it to your daughter, and your daughter grow up thinking black men ain't shit. You teach it to your son, and he's like, black men ain't shit, so why am I shit? I ain't got a choice. I'm just going to do what I do. And then let's touch on the subject, because you want to have real conversations. I watch porn. Usually at night, by myself, then I'm done. But what keeps popping up, when I put in black on black, I'll see stuff with hood rat or world star or some kind of dumbass thug gangbang or something. That's what I see. It's a turn off and it's boring. Honestly, that usually ends my session quick. I'm like, oh, I'm not even interested anymore. I'm done. I just can't stand seeing it. And you watch it, if you do, and you see how the girls are subjected, and the guys even subject themselves. The girls are just there as a humping mattress, and the guys are just hyping themselves up. And some of the girls hype themselves up, trying to, I guess, take it. And I'm like, this is what we are? This is it? Oh, no, it ain't just black people. White people do it. I'm just focusing on black people. White people do it just as bad. Just because it don't look the same, it's not in the same environment, don't mean it ain't just as bad. It's just as bad. And they subject themselves to a lot of messed up stuff. And I mean a lot of it. Oftentimes I try to offer a solution. And I got some. And I don't think they'll be worthwhile to those that don't care, because oftentimes my words are pearls before swine. But hear this. Turn off the R&B music. And if you're going to listen to R&B, listen to something positive. Everybody wants to hate on R. Kelly because of what's being said about him, and most likely what he's done. That's fine. You want to hate R. Kelly, hate R. Kelly. But his music, despite how you feel about it now that somebody's gotten into your head, before someone got in your head, Step in the Name of Love, that was stepping in the name of love, not sex, from what I remember. Still the remix, still my favorite. I love a beautiful, positive sounding song. You know, what was it, Loveland album, all of that? One of his best albums. Man, you know, Love Letter and all that stuff. You know, my number one hit, all of those things. Beautiful songs. You can hate the man, but music drives us. Music drives us. And you want to compare, well, if you listen to the music from that evil man, then you just as evil too. Think of all the products you buy, eat, wear, drive, made by people who have done these things and hurt communities of black people, who have poisoned others, paid politicians to help poison and hurt you and deregulate their vehicles, deregulate their product line, causing you damage. So you buying their stuff makes you just as vile as they are. You have to accept the comparative fact. So if you're going to hate, hate right. Be fair about it. I want you to be better. It don't matter if it's R. Kelly, Mariah Carey. It don't matter. Heavy D. Listen to this stuff. You know, you got me waiting, anticipating. Look, listen to good music. There's only two types, good and bad music. Don't listen to the bad music. You hear a song where the woman is talking about how the man ain't shit and he cheated and lied and took all the money. Look, just turn that off. Don't listen to that. Don't listen. Give validation to the positive, and you yourself live as positive as what you want to hear. That's what you do. That's how you get it done. Have standards. You need young girls today that subject themselves to the dumbest stuff. They don't have any standards because they don't have a role model. You know who their role model should be? Their aunts, their moms. And not preaching that church stuff. I'm talking about general decency. Preach the general decency. Stand up for yourself. Your friend trying to get you to do something that you know you shouldn't do or something you're not happy about, don't give in to the pressure. You be your own pressure and you get up out of that situation. If your friend was a friend, they wouldn't have put you there in the first place. Your friend, if they got standards, they will be looking out for you just as much as you look out for them. And if they aren't looking out for you, that's not a friend. That's just a hype piece trying to get something that they don't know shit about. Like DMX said, you don't know what you asking for, but you ask for more. Shut the casket door. This one here, it is done. There's more to that, but just like the Bible, I'm going to cherry pick. That's what's going on. Oh yeah, I got my stabbies out too, but I'm only being fair. We need better. We can't get better if we don't have standards. As black people, have standards. If someone's light skinned, don't hate because they light skinned. They just as much your brother, your sister. They are. I mean, how can we hear black men and women talk about our white brothers and sisters when we can't even validate our black brothers and sisters? If your cousin, your niece, or your aunt or someone needs help, help them. Try to find out what to do. Be better than what the music has taught you to be. Be better. You are worth it. You are worthwhile. And you need to know that. Next video I do, I'm going to give you an understanding of why I'm saying that without going too deep because it's painful. But I'm going to. But right now, you're worth it. I think you're worth it. You need to know you're worth it. And I'm going to prove it to you. Next video. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.